Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to shoot a quick video for you today because last week I went to Oren Claff. If you guys don't know who Oren Claff is, he is the man in the raising capital space. He wrote Pitch Anything and Flip the Script, great books, and his office is actually down the street from where my office is in Carlsbad. And he had an event in Vortex. I'm inside of some of their groups and stuff like that, dealing with a lot of people. That was a great event, first. It is the #1 capital raising event that shares with people who are going to private equity, hedge funds, family offices, high net worth individuals, things like that, on how to actually go there and put together a very structured capital raising pitch for your company and or your investment. So that was awesome. Why are we doing this video today? Because I wanted to share with you guys I always do that, three big takeaways that I learned from there. And I think that are going to be a benefit to you guys too, because I want you guys to know. And they're important to me because I eat my own dog food. If I say I go to an event, so I'm a student, I go to learn, I do take that information and learn. So you're going to see me apply it, even on some of you guys. But I want to share with you because I'm transparent. I want you guys to know it costs money to be in those rooms. So the very first takeaway I got that was applicable to me, and I see it every day, and if you guys aren't out there in the world like I am, you can't see it. Insider to insider. That is how this world works. In the capital space, and we're talking about when you're going to talk to PE or hedge fund communities or family offices or high net worth individuals or the debt side, right? Where you're talking to JP Morgan Chase, JP Goldman, all those bigger players. Insider to insider is how you have to talk. So, for example, I can talk the language. Now, for me, I'm a real estate guy, so I can go to CBRE, I can go to JLL brokers, I can go to Marcus and Millichap, and we can have these higher level conversations because I'm an insider in the real estate space. I can go to the debt side, and I'm an insider on the debt space. I understand the debt markets. I understand the capital markets. I know what's happening out there. All right? So that was huge for me. There's a specific language that to insider, they know, like, okay, guy knows what he's talking about. His mannerisms, about how he presents himself. He's one of us. As opposed to insider to outsider, you step up and you start having these weird conversations with people and they don't say anything. I know you've had this experience because I have. And they're listening to you. And then they go, cool, it's nice meeting you. Shake your hand and frickin' walk off and leave you standing there like a dummy. Why? Because they heard you talk and they know you're not an insider. You're an outsider. So in those conversations, insider to outsider, they don't bump. So I learned that quick, fast, and in a hurry in that room because there's a lot of entrepreneurs that were in the tech space, the medical space, and healthcare, the crypto space, the meta space, the metaverse, and all that other stuff. All of them had their own languages. So while I'm sitting there lost, like, oh man, you have other people raising their hands like, oh man, that's awesome. They're rambling on about stuff because they're insiders. As opposed to, there's some real estate people there. We had our own stuff going on. So first thing I learned, and to be very, very, very aware of while you're out there, whether it's in business, and you guys know this because you have businesses or you're raising money or you're real estate investors, insider to insider is how it works in the capital raising space and or deal space. All right, so that was my very first takeaway. And that was huge because most people say, well, why don't you dumb it down and talk to somebody like they're in 8th grade? What if you did that to an insider and we go, you know what? That guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And we kind of, blow you off. So don't do that. All right. So the second thing I took away was, and this was near and dear to my heart because I go to a lot of seminars and a lot of places and conferences business-wise. And I'm confused. And I'm a really smart guy. I've been in real estate and business for like 20 years. And I'm not a guy that if you're going to talk to me, I need you to give it to me straight. I need you to say, hey, you know what? Do this. Go here. Go that. Say there. So this was one of those deals where I got a quick study of, to me, and the people who were also in real estate and business are not the same thing. And I've said this on video before. I said this on trainings. You guys heard me say it. Real estate as an asset class is not business. So when I was sitting there were some times where I was like, man, I'm lost. That business sounds so much more exciting than when I show up and go, look, this is a 170 unit apartment building across the street from Scripps Hospital. Down the way, there's a Starbucks. It doesn't sound like, oh, we're saving babies with this new forceps that comes up because women go through so much trauma from C-section and X amount of 40,000 women die a day. Like, it doesn't even match up. But when I really had to kind of pull myself out of the bubble and stop comparing myself in this room of all these great people raising hundreds of millions of dollars, it was like, okay, real estate is not business. Real estate as an asset class is the simplest, most direct, effective asset you can do, you can have or be a part of as it relates to multifamily, because it's still income producing, to go and raise capital for. It doesn't need to be confusing. It doesn't need to be sexy. As a matter of fact, it is the most plain vanilla business of, the business of acquiring multifamily properties that you can ever pick. It's boring, but you will make more money than all these other highfalutin businesses that have all these high risk scenarios that have to go to private equity, hedge funds, and family offices, because they have to take a risk with this capital. And that's important to know that. But if you're just in real estate like me, then just keep it simple. Real estate and business is not the same thing. It's an asset class. You're investing your money in a performing income producing asset that is going to perform consistently over the next X amount of years. So that was another huge takeaway. Don't get trapped in trying to keep up with the Joneses in these rooms, trying to figure out how I can make myself or what we're doing sound sexy. Dude, it's sexy enough. How much more sexy could making money and making billions of dollars be? Like, look, I say it all the time. I have it on all the time. Actively becoming a billionaire. How? Because we are investing in cash flow, income producing, quality assets that are going to pay me and my investors for our lifetimes. All right. So that was the second takeaway. Real estate's not a business. And the last one was a little bit sketch for me, because it's true and it was made evident there. There's capital everywhere. So and this may be over a little bit over, but I get excited about this stuff. Hopefully you guys get it too. Like, there's companies, private equity firms, hedge funds, family offices, high net worth people, wealth planners, wealth advisors, all running out to raise capital to then take all that money, pension funds, everything, and then park that money into investments and opportunities and businesses. Their sole purpose putting together their companies was to raise capital and then deploy that capital into investments to make a return for other people. So there's money everywhere. So the reason why Bell Capital exists for me is because I was like, okay, I don't have a whole bunch of those people. I'm meeting them. I'm talking to the high net worth people, private equity firms, hedge funds, wealth advisors, wealth planners, that type of world. But I'm a little guy. I'm an everyday investor, scratching, pushing my business to the front of the line. That's what I'm doing it for. So you have a group of people who are just going after those people. And it's a dog-eat-dog world in there. They have a lot of capital to deploy. You got to show up and do the monkey dance and do everything everybody says. And oh, by the way, if you don't do what they want you to do, they can implement committee and take over your company, take over your real estate, and then sell it from underneath you and go away because something happened on their side. I want to actually, that's why I created Bell Capital. I want to go to people like me, the everyday investor, the person who's working hard, building their companies. They have a family they need to take care of. They have capital, or they have retirement money. They have money in savings not performing. They got equity in a house not performing. And they're like, Vic, I don't want to do all that work. I want you to do it. Money is everywhere. So one, if you're trying to raise money, it's everywhere, right? Or money's everywhere too on the private equity, the hedge fund sides. But there's, again, the very first lesson, insider to insider. You can't step into their world without knowing what it means to be an insider on a high net worth perspective, or an insider in the private equity world, or an insider for hedge funds, or any of that stuff. See, I'm an insider. I can step in there and go, look, I know how you guys operate, right? Because I understand capital. I understand how money works. I understand liquidity. And I also understand the asset class that I'm in, just like you. You're listening to this and you're like, what the heck are you talking about? Dude, I'm trying to tell you, I'm one of you and I, an everyday investor that's been out there scrapping, or an everyday business owner that's been out there pushing and expanding my company and growing and hiring and firing, and, a family guy that is now an insider on your behalf to say, look, I can go into those spaces. I can go into banks. I can go into the finance space, and we can get this. I can get this debt for us for a change. So going to Oren's event was super exciting for me, because it was like, hey, what are my big takeaways? One, insider to insider. I'm an insider for us now. I got it. I understand that. Number two, real estate is not a business. It's very simple. I explained to you what's happening, how we're going to make money, and you're going to get a check. I'm going to find the deals. We're going to get this thing done. It's not business. It doesn't have to be complicated. As a matter of fact, the more complicated it is, the harder it is to raise capital for it. All right. You got to find somebody specific for that. And last but not least, capital and money is everywhere. It's in houses. It's in IRAs. It's in pension funds. They're for the state. It's everywhere. All you have to do is be the right person to go actually and tap into that capital, or somebody like me that goes, look, I'm going to build my own market of people I care about, people who I understand and that understand me, want to win, and I'm going to go collectively work for us, and then we're going to buy a bunch of real estate, 4,000 doors, and then move to 40,000 doors, and then we're going to bundle them all up. If we haven't refinanced all our money out by that time, we'll already do that. And then we'll take that to Wall Street. We'll take that to the big boys on Wall Street or these family offices or these institutional investors and go, hey, look what we have. And then we'll all cash out and we'll live life great. Yes, that's what I'm doing. But anyways, Oren Klaff stuff, Pitch Anything, great guy. He's really helped me a lot, helped me a ton. I met some great people at that conference or at that training. Check it out. But that's what I took away. And that's what I'm applying. And you guys see it. I'm an insider to the real estate game. Real estate, that's my thing. I'm not jumping around all over the place. It is what it is. And then last but not least, I know there's capital everywhere, which is why I talk to you guys. I want you guys to be involved in being able to invest your capital in other places that some of these bigger firms, they're not talking to you guys. Blackstone and KKR and Goldman is not picking up the phone and calling you guys and say, hey, we're buying a 300 unit apartment building in San Diego County. Are you interested? You're not getting that phone call. Someone has to take care of the everyday investor like me and you that are business owners pushing, and that's me. I'm the insider, so you don't have to be. You can just do your thing, and I can go fight that good fight for us. So if you're interested in investing with us, please let us know. Go to bell-capital.com. You got to be an accredited investor. It just is what it is. That's how it's structured. But we would love to have you. If you have questions, reach out to me. Somebody on my team or somebody or myself will reach back out to you. Go to bell-capital.com. Schedule a call. That's how you do that. Or you can hit get started. And then if you're accredited, you can take a look at the documents, go to our deal room, see what's all there, and you can find out how to get started. And we're here for you to answer your questions. It's a live person on the other end of those phone calls. So, yeah, I hope that helps you, man. But it's really good. Oren's the man. Check him out. You can go to Oren Klaff or Pitch Anything Industries. They're here in California. That's what they do. I think they're involved in a $200 million raise. These are real players that I deal with, that I associate with, that I connect with. And if you can't get into those rooms, I want to share that information with you because that's why I want to help. But anyways, let's get anything that you need done. Oh, again, go to bell-capital.com/IRA if you have a retirement account and you want to figure out how to transfer your IRA or retirement 401k or IRA into creating real wealth into apartments. And I would love to help you do that. Someone on my team could do that. All right, man. So I hope you're having a great day. Like this video, share this video, comment on this video if you like it. If you hate it, give it a thumbs down. Don't be a hater and a hider at the same time. But I really, really want to help you. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. Let's go.